Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news for you, and it's something you're probably really interested to hear. So, Brett, tell them what they need to know.
The Walrus and Comic Sports Report is dead.
Why is it dead, though?
We're changing directions. We're going a new place with it. The sports was all right, but we noticed as we were making videos, there was just something else the people wanted to see, and we felt like we could make better videos. We felt like we were trying to do too much. We weren't focused. We were very unfocused. But I mean, I think we got a good idea now. The Walrus and Comic Sports Report is now the Walrus and Comic Wrestling Report. We are exclusively doing wrestling vlogs.
And I'm really excited about this opportunity, actually, because you know how much I love WWE. You know how much I love the job that Vince McMahon is doing with the product right now. You know how much I actually really like AEW. I'm just so excited to spend all this time researching something I already do throughout the week. I mean, and that's the big difference. The big difference is, number one, you kind of watch the old wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
I watch the new wrestling stuff. And we're going in a direction I feel like it's going to be my strong point. Listen, I enjoy football. I enjoy basketball. I enjoy baseball. But I don't watch anything consistent as wrestling other than football.
It was just too much. We were trying to do too much. It became a lot. We were trying to keep up with all these sports. And I felt like when we made the wrestling videos, our community was, not that we had one, we weren't able to build one with what we were doing, but it seemed like we got the most traction. People enjoyed talking about wrestling with us. And that's what we want to do here is build a good community of people who just enjoy what we enjoy and be able to talk with people in the comments and everything. And I feel like we can do that best with wrestling.
Well, and I think it's because, like, I think the sports market is actually super saturated right now.
Yeah.
And I think with wrestling, we can actually find our little niche there because there are people dying just to argue with people about wrestling stuff. And listen, you can argue sports some, but mostly it's just kind of like clear cut and dry.
Yeah, this is what's
unless
happening.
you're like speculating on trades or drafts or whatever like that. With wrestling, you have the whole storyline to consider. You have the day-to-day matches to consider. And that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to watch some Raw, watch some SmackDown, watch some NXT, watch some AEW. I just think WWE has way too much going on right now. I think they need to just kind of cut roster, which they've cut a good bit off, and kind of condense what they're putting out there. Just do NXT and do like Raw or something. And eliminate like SmackDown or eliminate Raw, whatever you want. Make a brand new show. But I think what they're doing is they are doing what we were doing. They're over-expanding.
One of the first discussions we can have after Backlash, because describing what we're going to do here is most of our videos are just going to be like after an event, like Sunday, we're going to have a post-show, how we felt. It's just going to be little short discussions of what we feel are going on in the business, like videos, maybe 15 to 20 minutes each, just talking about what's going on. And then we're going to get into some stuff down the road that we'll explain later. But one of the discussions I would love to have you say on that, and I would love to have the debate of, do you like it better when the WWE has 2 champions or 1 world champion? A SmackDown champion and a Raw champion, or just a world champion? That would be a good video. It's just topics like that we want to get in and have discussions. We want to build a good wrestling community of people who enjoy this type of discussion and get into these discussions and just have a good time.
And I think we'll have a great opportunity to do that. Mm-hmm. One thing I'm really looking forward to do is like covering some different types of, wrestling product. Dark Side of the Ring. Like different other people's podcasts. There's a lot of stupid people out there who say a lot of stupid things, and I want to be able to react to some of that. I want to be able to talk about some of that. YouTube videos, whatever it is. And that brings us to the point, we want to know what you want us to review and what you want us to watch. Like, do you want us to watch a Broken Skull session and talk about it? I mean, they had Randy Orton, Bret Hart, they had Chris Jericho, Bayley, Sasha Banks. I mean, a lot of really good ones there. The Big Show, The Undertaker. I mean, like
that'll be a fun one.
Yeah. And so, is there something that you want us to cover? Is there something you want to hear us talk about? Because we can pretty much talk about anything,
Yep.
but we want to make sure that we are catering to some of the things you want us to talk about.
Right.
Because I mean, it's I guess it's okay to figure out what we want to talk about, but I'd rather someone say, "Hey, tell me about this. What do you think about that?" And that's where you come into play. So at the bottom of this video, if you watch this video, and we hope you do, share it with your friends. Say, hey, there's a new wrestling, like dedicated wrestling vlog coming on here. So tell your friends, tell us down below. Say, hey, I would really like for you to cover this.
Yep. Where should we be looking? You tell us. We're gonna cover what we want to, obviously, what we enjoy, what we like. But if you think we're missing something and you think there's something we should be talking about, let us know in the comments, and we'll definitely look into it. We want your suggestions.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank you for tuning in today. Like we said, give us a like, a follow, a share. Let everyone know that this is going to be a new direction, and this is going to be a better direction for the Walrus and Comic podcast, which is no longer a podcast, it's a vlog. All right, so this is going to be the new direction for the Walrus and Comic wrestling
report.
vlog.
Oh,
you want to report?
Wrestling
I like
report.
it. Actually, down below, do you want us to say report or vlog? Let us know.